New filming background unlocked, brought to you by the fact that I reorganized all my furniture today and everything is kind of a mess. Hey y'all, it's Bear, and today I'm here to tell you about my TBR for the Queer Lit Readathon. I'm one of the co-hosts this year. Thank you once again to Rogan and Kathy for asking me to co-host. Any of the information you might need to know about the Readathon you can find in my last video, or you can check Kathy, Rogan, or Lucy's channels, which I will link downstairs, as well as Rogan's website. Also, resources in the downstairs. They busted their asses on this. Go check it out. Not much has changed since I was last on here. I still set TBRs that I often change halfway through the event that they're for. So here are like tentative books that I want to read for the readathon. And with all of these books, I do have every prompt covered, so I can black out the bingo board because I am a perfectionist, even though I say I'm not. We're working on it in therapy. I'm not going to go into every prompt that every book covers, but I have like 9-ish books to show and talk to you about today. The first book is The Boy from the Mish by Gary Lunsborough. This one came out in 2021. It is a debut novel. It's about a boy named Jackson who's enjoying his summer break. He's just hanging out, having a good time. And then his cousins come into town for the holidays. And with them, they bring another boy. And then Jackson has to reckon with some things. It's a queer YA contemporary that I believe is a coming of age / coming out sort of situation. I think it's going to be really fun. I've heard really good things about it, but unfortunately it's not very popular on the internet. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I've had it for a while and I keep just not picking it up. So now's my chance to. Then we have a book by Jeremy Campbell. This is Between the Mountains. Jeremy Campbell is a local author to my area. And I met him at a library event. I got to do my first ever author event, which by the way, I wrote a book. It's out now. I'll talk about that in another video. But at the end of the event, Jeremy came up to me and he had a lot of really nice things to say. And he was saying that he was very glad that there was like an out queer person there, and you know, his book has non-binary representation, and we just like had a nice little discussion and we did a book swap. He even wrote something nice. He said, "To Bear, here's to great books, especially ours." Now this one is it's set like in around my hometown, which is really fun, and it's about a small community that is brought together by a stray dog. So I'm expecting some Shiloh Homeward Bound because of Winn-Dixie sort of situation. Jeremy writes books that are based on like small town stories that he then fleshes out into like fictional stories. So this is based on true events that then got expanded into a fictional story. So yeah, very excited to read it. Also very excited to support some new indie authors that I got to meet in person. That was really cool. It was a really cool event. Then we have Fake Dates and Mooncakes by Cher Lee. This is a fake dating, like, kitchen food story. It follows a boy named Dylan who works in Brooklyn at his aunt's Chinese takeout restaurant, and he wants to enter the annual Mooncake Festival and win it in honor of his late mother. This boy named Theo comes into his life and makes a very sizable donation to the restaurant, and then Dylan's like, "I can't take this. This is too much." And Theo's like, "Well, if you pretend to be my boyfriend for this like wedding thing that I have to go to, then we'll call it even." Y'all, I love queer fake dating. I'm not a romance person, but fake dating is like my bread and butter for romances. It's my favorite. Also, I realized I'm covering up the cutest part of this cover, the little dog. We got some dog books in here this time. I don't know why. I did get about 19 chapters into this whenever I stopped it. I've been DNFing everything this year, not because anything's bad, just because I need stuff that like I'm feeling in the moment. So nothing has changed. I'm still shitty when it comes to sticking with the TBR, and I'm still a mood reader. Now we have what I kind of figure all of you were expecting. We have a horror novel in this, and that is The River Has Teeth. If you know my friend Wheezy, she's one of my best friends on the entire planet. She's the #1 Erica Waters fan in existence. And whenever she found out I hadn't read this yet, she yelled at me a little bit. Just a little bit. Just like a smidge. This one is set in a small Tennessee town, and it follows 2 girls. I believe it's a sapphic story. I don't know if they fall in love or if they're just both sapphic. But it follows 2 girls, one of whom's sister has been missing, and they find like parts of her body on the edge of a nature preserve. And then the other protagonist, because I believe this is dual perspective, her family has been channeling magic that comes from the nature preserve for generations. And the second girl thinks that her mother may be the monster responsible for the disappearance of the first girl's sister. I read Erica Waters' debut, Ghostwood Song, the year that it came out, and I really, really loved it. I love the way that she writes, like Appalachia specifically, so I'm very excited for this. Also, it's continuing my 50 States, 50 Horror Books TBR project. I have not abandoned the 50 States of Horror book reading thing that I was doing. Yeah, continues that. I don't know if I'm gonna vlog this. I've kind of decided to just ditch the vlogging thing for now, but I'm very excited to read this so I can add it to the list. And the last physical book I have today is The Sunbearer Trials by Aiden Thomas. I know I'm a terrible person for not having read this yet. I feel like I don't need to tell you what this book is about because everybody and their mom loves Aiden Thomas, as they should. All of these semidiosos are competing. The winner will get to carry the light of the sun god, and the loser gets sacrificed to the sun god. The main character is trans, a child of the bird goddess, and it says that his odds of being the sacrifice are 1 in 10, so we got some drama. I'm very excited. I think Aiden Thomas is a fantastic writer. Also, this is one of our group books. As for the books I do not have physical copies of, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to all 3 of the group books, but I do want to prioritize the Sunbearer Trials and You Exist Too Much, which I have on audiobook. Another one I have on audiobook is Life is a Unicorn, and it is a memoir by a queer Arab drag performer. Very excited for that one. The other one that I have on the way to me is Seance Tea Party, which is like a ghostly little middle grade that's supposed to be really cute and queer and fun. So that's my TBR. I purposefully chose books that can fit multiple categories because I, like I said, do want to black out the board. I do want to get my perfect bingo. So if I end up DNFing or not feeling some of the books or putting them down or prioritizing other things, fingers crossed, I can still hit that bingo. But that's all I have for today. Let me know if you're participating in the Queer Lit Readathon. Like I said, all of that info will be downstairs. Like I said, any other information you might need to know about the Readathon can be found in my last announcement video or on my co-host channels or on Rogan's website. So make sure you go check all of that out. There's also a master list of recommendations down below in a Google file. Click on that. Check out everything that's been recommended for the Queer Lit Readathon ever. You're bound to find something good on there. Yeah, I hope you have a wonderful, whatever it is, wherever you are, and I will see you next time with another video. Thank you for watching. Okay, cool. Bye. And now, thumbnail post time. I forgot how to pose for thumbnails with books. Ignore my television. Do these stack up nicely? Oh, no. Please, I'm a star! Or should I do one of these, like, mysterious stacks? No, I hate when people do these. Now, I used to love doing this, but now it annoys me. Just show me in the thumbnail what you're talking about. Okay, maybe I got a cute one on there.